Hello, everyone. We're live on Facebook again. See, I always look stunned, and I don't know why, because it's just when Zoom is hooking up to Facebook, for my computer, there's a slight delay. And I'm so excited today because guess what, guys? This is the very first Where in the World is a W5 story for 2021. And this particular person that you're going to be hearing his W5 story is a recent new connection to me. So we all know my BC Consulting is about the 3 C's of me. First of all, we got to connect. Then somehow we collaborate, and then you ultimately become part of my community with your W5 story. So to keep this under 10 minutes, because that way we get nice and tight and you can give us just a little bit of your story. So without further ado, who are you?
Well, my name is Christian Perras. I'm sure you caught on my accent by now. I grew up south of Montreal, yeah, so obviously French is first language, and traveled throughout Canada and the U.S. over the years, and ended up in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Beautiful place, nice, and but I'm been married for 20 years. I have two beautiful sons, and I have a stepdaughter who's 24. And oh yes, I am a grandfather of two.
Oh, congratulations. Welcome to the club. I have 4.
Yeah. The first time when my stepdaughter announced that she was pregnant, I was a little bit, I'm not sure if I was ready to be called grandpa at 42, but we took it, and I just love her. I just love both of them. They're just beautiful.
So a couple of your who hats. So let me recap. You are Christian. You are a husband, grandfather. What who hat do you wear for work?
I am a financial advisor. I'm not sure if I like the word advisor in a way, because I really see myself more like a coach.
Okay.
Because most of my work, I would say probably 90% of it is really helping people with what's happening between their ears.
Sounds good.
A lot of it. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say, so that leads, I think, to the second question. So let's do 2 whats. So what do you do as a family guy and your family who hat, as I like to call, and what is something you do in your financial coaching?
Well, what I do, obviously, having 2 teenagers and this nice little gift that we've been given in March of 2020, I've learned to do new sports. This one, we really like it as a family, is mountain biking. We'd never tried it before, and this year we decided, you know what, we'll do that. And that was lovely as a family, so we totally enjoy it. What I do for my clients is a little bit what I was saying, is coaching people, making sure, and specifically, my ideal client are women.
Oh.
I know you and I had that conversation before, but really my ideal client are women that are that they're I would call smart and savvy. They're determined to take charge. That's a big one. They're determined to take charge of their financial life. They want to be engaged in the process. I think that's a big one. They want to be part of it, not they don't want to be sitting on the sideline of it. So I really look at it as more of a partner in their financial life into this. So some of the comments or concerns that I see often being asked is, am I making the right decisions with my money? How can I use my money to create the life I want?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the third one is the most common one too, is how can I feel confident about making smart decisions about money?
Interesting. Okay, so you've got some great whats. So where? You mentioned that you're in Niagara Falls, and I'm from London, Ontario, and I shared with you kind of my story, and I didn't know all of your stories, so that's why I wanted you to come on today about my little thing about Niagara Falls. So where do you do what you do in that who hat of financial coach?
S- Again, with this beautiful gift that we've been given, my client base has quite a bit expanded. Before it was
Oh,
really in Ontario and Quebec, but since summer of last year, that has expanded out of the province. So I've been, I guess my business is all about referrals in a way because people get to know me. I think most businesses should be like that. Get to know someone, like and trust that person, and it's the reason why my business is now nationwide. I have clients in BC, Alberta, Manitoba. I don't have anybody in Saskatchewan yet, but it's been expanding from referrals. Client that they have a lady has a sister in Alberta, and just want to have someone to talk about their finances, and now so really to answer the where, it's nationwide.
um,
Current.
and and I really like your background because I think you are jonesing to have some mountains in your background. So whenever you come to British Columbia, where I am, you are more than welcome to. I'll show you some mountains. So when did you decide that this is the direction that you wanted to go in your career?
I have to take a little bit of a trip back in time to explain where I'm at, what I'm doing currently. At the age of 15, my aunt, who was like a second mother to me, gave me a book called Wealthy Barber by David Chilton. And my birthday being at the end of May, read the book that entire summer. She was a school teacher. So that entire summer, we spent a lot of time talking about the book and the principles, the things that I was learning. So from my perspective at that young age, every single woman knew how to deal with money. And, but then fast forward a little bit to my early 20s and start working. And so female coworkers, friends, and even my wife, very smart, very intelligent women, but it almost felt like it was taboo to talk about
Hmm.
money and investing. Um, so, I had a previous career. This is a second career. I've been doing this for 9 years now. But about 5 years ago, that's when I really made the transition to fully focus on women. Simply because when I was looking around, I was in a bank before. um, the financial service industry is very much focused on, I would say, man, and there is a lot of paradigms or different things that are happening in that world that are I feel that are not true. One of them, I think, is one of my biggest pet peeves is when I hear someone saying that women are risk averse, and over the years I've realized that it is so not true. Women are not risk averse. They have such a good understanding of their feelings and their emotions that they are much better than men at taking risk. And that's where I think the reason why they succeed much better than men in leadership position and other. I'll think about leadership position or professional position
Right.
because of that understanding of themselves.
And speaking of risk, I can tell you that 2 summers ago I jumped out of an airplane, so I understand risk, but I calculated it all out. Kind of, put all the systems in place. So when I jumped, it was a lot of fun. So yes, us women, we love risk, but there has to be a lot of education connected before we take that risk.
And,
So
and that's a good point that you're mentioning because there's a lot of information available out there, but it's not tailored or it's starting to be a little bit
mm,
more tailored for women. But until you have a conversation about with someone to understand what you're trying to achieve, it's hard to really make sure that the information is appropriate for you.
absolutely. So to wrap this up in our kind of our last minute, so Christian, what's your why? In life or maybe in business? What's your why? In
Well,
one
I think,
sentence or two.
yeah, my why is I think it's based on what I said about the story about my aunt. I think that's what is driving me right now.
Mm,
She passed away, so I look at it as I honor her by being a teacher and coach, and specifically for women because they are inquiring about the help. They are seeking the
Mm.
help. Personally, my why from a family point of view is I just want to make sure that I grow as a person and that I can pass on the knowledge that I have acquired over the years.
Beautiful. What a great W5 story session. Thank you so much, Christian, for sharing your W5 story. I'll be taking this video and putting it up on all my social media, on IGTV. I have a YouTube channel, a section, or the video on LinkedIn as well. And we'll make sure Christian puts his information into the comments after the video uploads, so you can get in contact with him, because I'm sure this W5 story goes a lot deeper. And there's great commonalities in there. So if you're into mountain biking and you're a woman, you'll understand why you want to buy that really big bike and go mountain biking and just be able to save for it. So thank you so much, Christian, from the West Coast of Canada, for coming on today. And stay tuned next week. I have a very interesting fellow from British Columbia, and it involves trucking. So enjoy the first working day of January 2021 for a lot of people. So enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.